All right, all right. Hello, you guys. Give me a second to get the lights going. I'm your host, Keith, your man of letters, as per usual. Thanks for stopping by. I probably gonna start doing the dream journal updates live because I don't know. It takes too much time to edit these videos, and when I do a live, it's pretty much just ready to go instantly. With that being said, candle's actually coming in clutch because it's dark today. Oh yeah, if you're watching this video and it's not live, I usually give my lives about 10 minutes or so to crack off just to get the scragglers in here. I had too much coffee today, and me and caffeine normally don't mix well. I don't know why the hell I had it, but I feel like I'm just low-key having an anxiety attack for the past fucking 3 hours, which is a huge bummer. But we carry on. We have our chamomile lavender tea right here, hoping to God it helps. Whoa, that's hot. Might need more light, actually. I'm going to log into my live with my phone so I can see your guys' comments. Oh, Nikki, hello. Alicia, how's it going? Wow, turn this off. Nikki, to answer your question, I'm feeling like shit because I'm taking too much caffeine. It just ruined my whole afternoon. But we carry on because we are relentless. Actually, I had a really cool dream last night, but I didn't write it down like an idiot, so I don't remember much of it. But we're about to learn some cool shit though from this dream. I'm super stoked. Emery, Night Sky, Goddess, how's it going? How you guys doing? Hope your days are going well, better than mine. Ellen, how's it going, Ellen? How's it going, everyone in the room? There's 8 of y'all out there. I hope you're doing well. You guys been keeping up with the dream journals? You guys keeping up with the dream journal? I hope you are. Three powerful phrases to activate your 1111 manifestation techniques. Step 1, work harder or smarter, or both. All right, we got 11 people in here. Anybody know how much time we're into the chat room? Are we at our 10-minute mark yet? Should we kick it off? I talked about flying in my dream. It's only been 5 minutes. We might start earlier. All right, we'll give it 3 more minutes. Yeah, I seem to do the same thing in dreams, Ellen. It's like And this happens with a lot of people when it comes to dreams. Even though we're in the dream world and anything can happen, we still take our ideas of how reality is supposed to work and project it onto our dreams. And so instead of flying, we have to glide because gliding makes more sense. Or I have to fly with wings in my dreams because wings make more sense to fly than flying like Superman. My mind, it's easier to conceptualize flying with wings than to fly like Superman. So I end up flying with wings in my dreams. But such is life. Such is life. Sorry if it seemed like a downer, you guys. I'm not at all feeling good right now. It's kind of a bummer, but um, the channel has good momentum right now. And how YouTube works, if you guys have YouTube channels, the way YouTube works is it features you in waves. You go through spurts. Sometimes you're high, sometimes you're low. And when you're riding a wave, you want to make sure you put out decent content to ride the wave longer, to make sure the wave stays longer. And right now I have a good wave going for me. So I was like, I need to put out content today, but I'm also like low-key having an anxiety attack because of the goddamn coffee I drank. But that's what I mean. So bear with me if I'm seeming kind of low energy for this live. It's such is life. It's funny because I actually just did a video, recorded a video that I'll edit and make it look real nice. One of the regular videos. And what I talked about was, should we rely on emotions or should we rely on logic to get the things that we want? Because some people are all about passion. It's all about passion. It's all about passion. You know, you can't be logical. You can't be practical and realistic. You have to be big and creative and completely imaginative and go off of the highest excitement, etc. But in my video, I was talking about how we can't just base what we do on excitement because we're not always excited, but we should always be, not always, but we need to make moves to get shit done. And if we rely on excitement all the time, there's no possible way you can be excited all the time. There's no way you can be happy all the time. So to only act off of emotions, you know, sometimes you're working, sometimes you're not, you know, and it's very one step forward, one step back kind of way. We have to push forward regardless of how we feel. So maybe that was just how it worked out today. But I got my tea. I have my lavender chamomile tea going right now. We got the candles. It's raining outside, which is good. Those are all good things. Stephanie Ramirez, if I pronounced your name right. If dreams you are into, then dreams you will get. You have found your place, yourself in the right place. Welcome to the squad. Yeah, Alicia, it sucks. Sometimes when I drink coffee, I feel like a god, but it's only once out of every 10 times, and I think it's gonna happen every time I drink coffee, and it doesn't. It ends up just being the time where I feel like a crackhead. You need to be Spock. Dark Moon 999. Spock is a crucial character. If we can learn how to activate and control our Spock, we will do great things. We will do great things. Holden Miserable, how's it going, man? How you doing? Jake the Snake, to answer your question on Carl Jung and the archetypes. With as much Carl Jung and I have in common as far as the philosophies that I study and research and learn from and what he researched his whole life and wrote books on, I should know Carl Jung way more than I do. Unfortunately, I haven't dived too deep into his work. I know of archetypes and I know of Carl Jung and his heavy-hitting key points, but I don't know them in depth. So when you ask me my thoughts on them, I don't have many, unfortunately. You would have to ask me a specific topic of Carl Jung's, and I would be able to give my opinion on the matter. But no, I haven't tapped into Carl Jung as much as I should have, but I will. I will. How cool is this cup? This cup looks fucking awesome. Can't stand walk, but I feel pain and just can't move them. Stephanie Ramirez. That sucks. Yeah, that sucks. 2 more minutes. Older miserable. Sorry, man. I see your emails and I haven't been responding to them. Old and Miserable has been helping me with logos for Man of Letters, and they're looking pretty dope. He's got a cool one of my face. It has my beard and dreadlocks, but no eyes or nose, just the beard and then blank face, and it looks super dope with the hair up like this. Like, it looks cool. I like that one. I like a lot. Old and Miserable. But the fonts, you sent me some fonts recently, and I'm not feeling those fonts. The fonts don't feel like they fit the quill that you have. It's almost like they're too different, like they don't blend well with each other. But we can smooth that out. But Nikki, Carl Jung is a psychologist from the 20th century, so the 1900s, and he did a lot with synchronicities, which is what we'll talk about in this because it had a lot to do with my dream. Also archetypes, dreams he was big on. The dark night of the soul. A lot of people that talk about the dark night of the soul get their principles from Carl Jung. He did a lot with that. But Carl Jung is deep, very spiritual, but very practical and psychological as well. He was a psychotherapist. Penny Lane, those are my worst dreams. I would rather have nightmares than mundane dreams. I swear I hate mundane dreams. The mundane dreams that I get are lifeless. Like, they don't have color, they don't have emotion. It's just literally day-to-day things in black and white almost, and I hate them. They almost feel dirty. I don't like them at all. Yeah, I don't know who Robert Grease is, Nikki. Okay, we're gonna start the dream I had. It's very short, so I can answer you guys' questions after that. But I want to try to keep this video short because I need to relax before rehearsal. Okay, my dream, it was actually, I don't remember much. It's going to take me fucking 30 seconds to tell it. So my dream last night was the significant part. I was being taught how to slip out of realities and into other ones by some kind of entity that I couldn't see. And what they kept showing me, I saw my body third person, and it was like, it was telling me to, like, you almost have to back out, it was showing me reality as a film reel. That was moving in a straight line. So imagine the old school film reels that are wound up, and it's a bunch of squares that are put together, and then the reel moves, the light shines through the movie reel and shoots the picture onto the screen, and then the movie reel is turning. So they're showing me his life being this movie reel, and that I needed to step back from the reel, and the reel would keep moving, but I could go forward or backwards depending upon what part of the reel that I wanted to enter into. And it was backing me into a room up against a wall. And I'm imagine a square room with 4 walls, and you have your back against one of the walls. But one of the walls to the left, where it met the corner of the room, right? You have a square box, and I was up against the corner of the room. It erased the wall that was next to me, and was showing me to scoot into the other room by going out sideways and then back into the other room. It's hard to explain, but it kept showing me that over and over again. And then here's the weird part. I can't remember what it told me, but it explained to me how it worked and how I could do it. And so I started explaining it back. So it told me how to do it. I heard it. And then I said, wait, so you're telling me that in order to go in and out of different realities, to manifest certain things or to see certain things, all I have to do is back out. And then I started repeating what it told me. And as soon as that happened, this guy who was an actor in Robin Hood, I have no fucking clue why this guy, he's not important to me for any reason, but a guy from Robin Hood with Kevin Costner comes running at me with a flashing device, and it's flashing like a strobe light, and it's blindingly bright, and he shoves it in my face, and as it gets closer to my face, it starts getting disorienting, and it like renders me subconscious and motionless, and I like half black out and half fall and lose my train of thought, and then I wake up like a jolt out of bed. Like, that's how startling it was. Let me see if I can look up who, and that was it, and then the dream ended. But it was crazy because this entity was teaching me how to slip in and out of different realities to manifest shit, and then this dude from Robin Hood comes running at me like Men in Black style with this flashing strobe light, puts it to my face, almost like you would put chloroform to someone's face. Like you put a rag over them and they kind of like, and pass out. That's what happened to me with the flashing strobe light. And then I woke up jolted out of bed, still not knowing the answer to how to do that. It was a really long dream, but that's all I remember. Cool. So that was the dream. J2 Sweet for Words, welcome. That being said, I saw a YouTube video that blew my mind away yesterday, talking about synchronicities and how they work and how to have more synchronicities. And it was the most, hands down, the most interesting description of how to have more synchronicities and what they mean and how they work. And I'm going to tell you guys right now. Give me a second. I'm going to just do something real quick. Oh my God, this lavender tea is helping a little bit. I like have the shakes, you know what I mean? From too much caffeine, it fucking sucks. You can need to eat more. Sounds like some 5G tech. Ellen Viz, what link do you need? What link are you talking about? Call me Too Sweet. All right, Too Sweet. We'll call you Too Sweet. We going to Hogwarts? What up? Oh, you want the link for the synchronicities video? 1 second. It's amazing. Give me 1 second, yo. The link to the synchronicities video is Old and Miserable. I, like everyone else who reads shit, suggest reading the books before watching the movies, because the whole point of fantasy shit, dude, is to get lost in another world. And you want to go as deep as you can as soon as you can. So if you read the books, you'll dissolve into the world of Harry Potter for months, if not years, depending upon how long it takes you to finish the series. While you can watch the movies, and they'll be here and gone in a matter of a few days. So I suggest reading the books, if you even want to do it at all. Okay, so to paraphrase the synchronicities video, which is, you guys should check it out. It talks about synchronicities as it brings up life as being predetermined. So when fortune tellers talk, the video doesn't talk about this, but when fortune tellers talk about the future and they're reading the future isn't set in stone. What fortune tellers do, what tarot cards do, what divination does, period, for future telling, is it looks at reality as it is now and says, okay, considering the web of existence, that everything is connected to everything else, going forward at this rate will get us here. Similar to saying, okay, I can tell the future by saying you're going to arrive in San Francisco in 4.5 hours if you're driving at 65 miles per hour. But I can drive at 40 miles per hour and take 6 hours to get there. Or I can drive at 120 miles an hour and get there in 2.5 hours, right? So future telling is projecting into the future based off of how things are now. Now, we all have tendencies of being a certain way, right? But synchronicities are like a seemingly, what's the word I'm looking for? Seemingly, I can't think right now, man. Fuck. Abnormalities. They're abnormalities that exist, that happen, that shouldn't happen. A certain surrealness to reality that should not be happening. So when you guys are talking about Carl Jung, he says coincidence, when so many coincidences happen that they're unexplainable, that's what he calls a synchronicity. It's when we do something unexpected. So what this video says is, the more things we do unexpected, the more we alter fate, the more we alter the direction that things should be going in according to regular life. So when we do something abnormal, we disrupt the flow of life. We disrupt that predicted future, and we go along a certain path of other abnormalities. And the more abnormal things we choose to do at any given time, the more they start to happen, because the more we disrupt the regular flow of reality. I feel like I'm just destroying the explanation of this video. You guys should watch it on your own. That being said, there's something to be said about synchronicities happening when we choose not normal things. So if you go on an unexpected trip and a series of events unfold that are like a fairy tale. This is what's happening. We decide to go on a trip that we wouldn't normally have gone on. Say we go by ourselves, something we would never do. And the catch is, how are we supposed to do something that we don't actually normally do? And the more often we do it, the more we disrupt reality. And the more we disrupt reality, the more abnormal realities that we come across, meaning the more synchronicities we come across. So the trick is to act out of the ordinary as much as possible, to create a flow that's not predestined, that's not based off of who we were in the past. This is where free will comes in. This is where consciousness comes in. We're able to step outside of the flow of things and then step back into the flow of things at a point that we choose, not normal reality chooses. Because if we keep doing normal things keep happening. But if we choose abnormal things keep happening. The catch is, we have to make sure that the choices we make that are abnormal still follow things that we want to do. We can still make bad choices that are abnormal choices. And how this is helpful, the take home from this is, if we want unexpected outcomes, then we have to attain them by unexpected means. So if you, like my friend and I were having a conversation, she has to come up with $15,000 in a few weeks. So that's an abnormally large amount of money to come up with in a short amount of time. So in order to create a series of synchronistic events to come up with that $6,000, we have to somehow find a way to act out of the norm of what we normally do to set ourselves up for that $15,000. I think that's what free will is for, you guys. I think that's what being awake means. Because in dreams, I know with me, is I see myself third person in dreams a lot of the time. Most of the time I see myself third person, like a video game. I'm looking at myself from the top down, and I'm not controlling myself, but I am. But I'm going through motions of whatever, but I'm watching myself. I'm not conscious of myself. I'm not waking up. Like, have you ever seen in the movies where when someone has an epiphany and an aha moment, an awakening moment, they stop and observe their immediate world? They'll almost come out of a haze and they'll look at the people walking by. They'll listen to the conversations. They won't judge them. They won't think these are good, these are bad. They'll simply look at them like, oh my God, that's right. There's these things happening, and there's people moving almost on autopilot. They're conscious, but they're not conscious. They're making decisions, yeah, but those decisions are influenced by circumstance, by previous conversations that they had, by goals that they want, by paradigms and perceptions that they set up about the world and how the world operates. So all of this is what we call programming. All of this programming guides our decisions. And that's why fate is almost mapped out. That's why if you're very observant, you can tell if someone's going to be successful or not. You can tell where someone's going to end up or not, because you know their patterns. You can almost guess what they're going to do in any given situation. And it's not until that person wakes up and realizes that they are predictable, because they've based their life on a certain set of if A then B, right? If A then B, If B, then C. If C, then D, right? It's just like a machine. It's a program. If this happens, this happens. If this happens, this happens. And this is fate. This is how we are guided for the most part. And it's not until we stop and break that chain and say, not if A, then B. What if A, then X? Or A, then K? Or what if A, then Apple? Right? If you get really weird with it. What if A, then monsoons, right? And we just get super creative and we get super oddball and we completely fuck up the system. And then back to how the synchronicities are created, these decisions that you make, completely conscious, completely out of the norm, are what take you into a world of new possibilities that aren't predetermined yet. I guess this is what I was trying to say earlier. We're guided by the world from all sorts because everything's connected to everything else, right? So our actions a lot of the time aren't really our actions. They're influences from our parents, from our friends, from our movies, from the books we read, from our experiences and how we've responded to those experiences. And so our actions aren't 100% of our own volition. They're actually if A, then B. And synchronistic events are almost an indicator of a break in that chain. And we can create more breaks in that chain by doing more and more unpredictable things, by altering reality. But the reality is altered by the unpredictable things. So that's what synchronicity is by this video. Again, it probably did a much better job of explaining that, but it's fucking fascinating. So maybe that has a lot to do with why I had that dream of backing out into realities, moving sideways, and then going back into it at another entry point that's breaking that chain of linear action, of linear time, of if A, then B, and becoming more sentient, more conscious, more awake in the sense that we don't have to act predictably for any reason. Yeah. Yeah. Checking out your guys' comments right now. Yeah, the movies are dope as fuck too, to be fair, Nikki. Old and Miserable. Did you watch this video? That's amazing. Yana Lee's, what a doo-doo. Alicia, see, that's wonderful. And the craziest stories that we have start with one day I did something that was completely unexpected. Which, oh my God, you guys, think of the greatest stories. I know I'm going to relate this to Lord of the Rings, I always do, but think of The Hobbit again. If you guys are unfamiliar with The Hobbit, the first lines of the book are, it starts in a comfy hole, and it's like not a wet and slimy hole full of worms and oozy things, but a hobbit hole, which means comfort. That's the opening of The Hobbit, written by Tolkien. Gandalf shows up. The whole purpose of that introduction line was hobbits like things expected. They like things planned out. They like things comfy. They like 3 courses. They like breakfast they like, they like second breakfast. They like to know what's coming. And the first chapter is called An Unexpected Journey for a reason. The writer introduced contrast, and we see that in the greatest works of art. We see things happening out of the ordinary because the initial move was out of the ordinary. Hobbits don't go on adventures. That's why they call Gandalf a disturber of the peace, and no one likes him because he's always disturbing the peace. But as we know, Bilbo goes on a journey and finds the one true ring, which all of Middle-earth is fighting over. And then you have the Lord of the Rings, because a comfy hobbit went on an adventure. So that was why it hit me so much when I saw that video, was because the greatest stories seem to always start from a very unpredictable move. I was stoked because it's a very simple way to have a very magical life. It's just by doing spontaneous shit. You don't need tons of money. You don't really need anything but to be spontaneous and to go left instead of going right. And the next time you're on a hike and you walk by a trail that you've seen 1,000 times and you always wonder where that trail goes to, walk down that trail. Unexpected shit's probably gonna happen. It's 3:33. Self-elevation. You need them dream drops? I got you covered, dog. Too sweet. Yeah. I don't know if I believe that God has a book and that everything's predetermined. I don't know if I believe that. It doesn't make sense to me. Free will in my Draco voice. I'm reading your guys' comments right now. I never act reasonably. Well, we can't be too crazy. We can't be unreasonable all the time. Then we wouldn't get shit done. But I guess balance. I guess it's all about balance. Son of earth and sky, well said. Cool, you guys. Well, in that case, unless you have any other questions, I think that will wrap it up for my dream vlog number 2. Anything else, you guys? Been low-key staring at this bottle of top shelf gin, thinking if it'll help the anxiety cause, but I normally don't like to drink unless I'm in a good mood. So we'll see if I end up pulling the trigger on the gin. Damn, son of Earth and Sky, it's a heavy ass dream. Heavy ass dream. Wow. Yeah, what was happening in that dream, by the way, before we tap out? Why were they selling human meat, and did people know about it? I'm drinking chamomile and lavender tea right now. I'm hoping that works, but I don't have go-to cola and lotus tea at the moment, unfortunately. But I feel like the tea is actually working. I'm starting to feel a little better. Cool, guys. Well, that seems like it's about it. If you guys want in on the candles, hit up my Etsy. We just stocked back up. Just bought another 16-pound brick of beeswax for the candles. The hydrosols are coming through. I just distilled a whole bunch of eucalyptus, so I'm going to have a whole bunch of eucalyptus floral waters for sale pretty soon, which I'm super stoked on. I actually haven't even smelled them yet. It's still in the jar. It's not here, but maybe I should use that for the anxiety. Damn. You know what I do though? This is my rosemary oil. Smelling essential oils helps the cause a lot too, actually. Oh man, it smells so good. Y'all, I might actually go live again tonight. So, and put a live on our band practice so you guys can get a behind the scenes for my band that goes by the name of Bombafire. I know we don't talk about it too much on Man of Letters. It's a separate thing, but it's dope and we're awesome. And we will be playing at a stadium near you in the next couple of years. You mark my words. So I might go live tonight and show you guys another side of Man of Letters where we go hard. You go hard on the music front. Practice is at 6 tonight, so 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 9 if you guys are on the East Coast. If you want to tune in and see a live show, it might be kind of dope. I don't know. Just thinking of cool content ideas. Ooh. All right, I actually have frankincense. Frankincense. I got a whole bunch of frankincense seeds that I'm going to plant and grow my own frankincense forest. Old and miserable, thank you for the tip on that. Much appreciated. Damn, Son of Earth and Sky, it's a crazy ass dream. We smelled it and it was rotten to us, but to others it was a drug or candy and it was at Walmart. Wait, too sweet. You got the Toth is my homie t-shirt? You're joking. It's already up there. Send us a link. Send us a link to your site. Too sweet, because that's pretty cool. I might have to grab that t-shirt. All is dark. It's nothing. I want to start making Man of Letters t-shirts pretty soon, so I might have to do a Toth is my homie t-shirt and then do Man of Letters underneath it. Jennifer Pete, you're late. The live cut out or what? The video? Oh, bummer, it did, huh? My USB cord slipped out of the port, you guys, so you're not going to see my face, and I guess that might be the universe's cue to call it. Bummer. Yeah. It's Danielle. Thanks for joining. Stay tuned tonight. We're going to go live and have a behind the scenes show. I know you guys are fucked up. It's not working. At 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. T-shirt, hoodie, pillow, duvet cover, shower curtain, lots of stuff. Look through what's available. Yeah, Jennifer Pete. It's gonna be at 9 o'clock at your time. Oh, it's working again? Oh. Son of Earth and Sky, now you're onto something. Erica, I accidentally unplugged the cord that runs from my camera to my computer with my big toe. And to get the picture back on, I'm going to have to end the video and start it over. So now we're basically just bullshitting with each other, drinking tea, hanging with the squad. Cool, you guys. I'll see you in a bit. Be safe.